And now we'll step over and see what the art does for us.
Could you film this? I want to be in the picture with them.
Now this is just the way that Duntoff wanted it to be. This is a 48 Ford truck motor, bone stock. No cam change, no piston change, no distributor change, no carburetor, just the way it would have been. They were for over-the-road trucks, you know, not your pickup.
They're trying to sell them to be more reliable engines, have a little bit more power and be reliable.
More power and not heat up.
Yeah, they overheat it like crazy.
You fill up a dump truck with a flathead engine like that and you start up a big grade, it'll heat because the exhaust is going through the water.
Yeah, right through the water.
This
it's boiling it right here, yeah.
But you can tell.
Unbelievable.
75 horse, I guarantee you.
Oh my
Amazing.
God!
Amazing.
And here is 100 and this would be like 180.
This got the Offenhausen. Now what is this? This is
missing. It's got a
foul plug.
It's got a foul plug.
Yep, yeah.
Oh my God!
How, Don, do you start these every day? These are starting up so easy. How often do you start them?
This is negative here.
Yeah, that's negative right there. I get the
Put that on the positive side, dude.
Okay, we're good. Plugged in. She's on.
Yeah, she's cool. Okay.
Good.
That is too cool.
This is
Wait a minute. I have a question over here. Don, 375 horse it says here. That says 375. That's 375 horse right there?
That's not correct. It ain't 375.
I was going to say, that's one powerful flathead.
No, that's not.
I caught a typo in Don Garlits' garage.
296, not 375. It's about 180.
You want me to get out my Sharpie?
Get out the Sharpie, we'll correct that.
I never noticed that.
Spence notices everything.
Yeah.
That's cool though, very cool.
That doesn't have a horse on this, does it? No.
No.
What about here?
Size,
Yeah,
cubic
yeah.
inches, 175 horsepower.
That's correct.
At 4,500. That sounds about right. Yeah. Didn't mean to throw you off. I just had to get clarification on that one.
Right here. The first 426 car.
What number?
8. Swamp Rat 8. We built this and carried it to California in 1965. It was built in 64. We carried it out there in 65. Took it to Bakersfield and it didn't run good. It was in a consolation race on Sunday and was runner-up. Well, with my 392 cars, I won Saturday night a 64 car field, and then Sunday one of my other cars won a 32 car field, and the two of us raced and I beat them, and that was the overall winner. But they had a 16 car field going on that this one competed in, so it was way down the list on. It only went in the 8s.
Well, isn't it because this thing needed a lot more sparkly to make it
Right,
alive,
but
right?
I didn't know that.
It had a big
Nobody
hole
knew
there.
that.
Yeah.
And we were afraid to put a lot of lead in it. We didn't think the engine was any stronger than a 392.
Yeah, it's got cross-drilled 4 bolts though. It's got a good
Right.
bottom end.
And so, when I came back from California, my boss at Chrysler said, "We want you in Swamp Rat 8. We don't make 392s anymore."
Yeah, they weren't happy about that, right?
And so I got in it, and a year I struggled with it, and I couldn't make it do anything. And so, but I wouldn't put any spark lead in it, because every time you put spark lead in a 392, you lost it.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to make one good run, that's all you get. And I wasn't in the business of making one good run. I was out on the road, running 2 and 3 events a week, match races. So I had to have a reliable engine. So I just left it with no lead. So anyway, at National Trails in Columbus on a Saturday night, it's against me, and Jim and Allison Lee. And I won the race. I made all 3 runs at top speed, 192, low ET 812. I go up and get my 1250 bucks. The old man radar is pissed. He said, "You laid down on me tonight. Here's $500. That's all I'm going to give you." At the same time, he put his hand on a 45 caliber service pistol. And
I remember reading about that.
and I said, "Mr. Radar, what are you talking about?" He said, "You're saving it for tomorrow. You got a match race in Rockford, and you didn't go 200 because you might have to work on it. So you decided to run slow here so you could run good tomorrow at Rockford." I said, "It's not true. I ran as hard as I could run." He says, "You're a liar. Take your money and get out of here and don't ever come back."
And that was that?
That was it.
Well, you got a 45 sitting next to you.
So I
Take the
go
500.
to Rockford the next day, and I told the kids, I said, "We'll just blow this son of a bitch up.
Crank
and go
that
home
fucker up and blow it up,
I
right?
get to 392. And he, "How are you going to do it?" I said, "I'm just going to put spark lead in it."
Put 50 degrees in this
So
thing. See
real
what happens.
careful. I changed it from 34 with my little buzzer,
Yeah.
to
buzz
40.
box. You went to 40.
and then I locked her down, and we made this run.
Yeah.
213 miles an hour, 7.51 seconds. And so we rushed back to the pits to see if it's going to be able to make another run. And we dropped the pan because I was expecting to see the water dripping out of it.
Right. Split the block or bearings being hammered out. None of that. None of that.
Nothing. It
Nothing.
was like brand new.
Like brand new.
Put it back up, and I
we do?
loosened them. I'll never forget. I loosened the mag, and I just give it a twist. I didn't give a shit how much it was. It was 12 degrees later when I
Turns
changed it.
out.
So
12
it's
degrees.
now
You're talking about
52.
52 degrees now? You're talking about 52 degrees. How many pounds of boost were you running at that point?
Well, we didn't run much, 15 pounds.
15 pounds. And what was the percentage of nitro we were running?
Well, 85. Always ran 85.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
It goes 219.84, 7.31 seconds, and it still wasn't hurt. And so that's the way we ran them. And today, they go through the lights at 52 degrees. But they start off at 65, and the computer pulls it back.
Yeah, but it's all computer. It wasn't a guy like you that knows what's going on up
Yeah.
there.
But,
That's amazing.
It was so funny because it wasn't even hurt. And Keith Black in California was the big 392 guy for boats mostly.
Well, he went to Keith Black. I thought he went to the 426s.
Well, I'm telling you why he did it.
Oh, okay.
He's the big 392 guy, and he had 392 engines in rear black and Perdome
Yeah.
and in the Hawaii.
The yellow car and Roland Liam with the Hawaiian. Yep.
Keith, this word spread fast that I'd went 219, in 7.31 seconds. And Keith Black called Centerline at Chrysler. That's the big parts depot. Said, "This is Keith Black." They said, "Oh, hi, Mr. Black. We know who you are." And he says, I want to be the 426 dealer on the West Coast for these engines. It seems like they're going to be the wave of the future. What do I have to do?" And the guy said, "You have to take a tractor trailer load of them."
You got to buy a load.
He said, "Send them."
No kidding.
Yeah,
Wow.
send 'em.
Wow.
So, and later he
iron-
built the aluminum block with the Chrysler number on it,
What's that?
Later he made the aluminum
Oh,
block
sure.
with the Chrysler part number, went right into the catalog.
Right.
And heads too, for that matter.
But when you were, but this motor was iron block, iron head. You haven't even got the aluminum head yet, had you? When you
No,
cranked it, when you put the
all
timing
iron.
on it, it was all iron you were doing.
Yep.
Now, did it take more spark lead when you went to the aluminum head?
What was that?
Did it take more lead when you went to the aluminum head? Would it handle even more lead?
No, because they were weaker. The car was lighter, and I didn't have to make quite as much power. But
Okay, makes
if I
sense.
put too much in there, it would start to move the chamber, because I was running the stock NASCAR heads.
Gotcha.
And I ran them for years, and that's how I could tell. If the exhaust valve tightened up a little bit, that's as much as I could do. That was my gauge.
What, you went going by the valve lash, you meant?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Because
so
what
okay.
happened, that
Yeah.
I ran stock exhaust valves also, and that they would tool them just a little bit, a thousandths or so.
They would cup in your last change right there, your last
and
tighten
I
up.
knew that was, don't do any more, Big Daddy.
You would
That's
drop a
all it'll
valve.
take.
You would drop a valve and have a bunch of broken
And so
parts.
I stayed 85, 86%, and I stayed my 52 degrees.
That's fantastic, boy. And that was it? You pretty much didn't go back to the early Chrysler at that point? You were done? The early Chrysler was done at that point for you? The 392, it was done at that point for you?
Oh yeah, we quit using them all together.
Now there's something I have to ask you. If you want to talk about it later, that's fine. I have never seen a photo of this transmission that took off your right foot. I know nothing about it. Can't read anything about it other than It was
It's
a
all in
plant.
there. The very one that did is in there.
Well, oh yeah. Okay, we'll
And
see
the
that.
car's got one in it that did it, but my spare is in the car. It's my own transmission.
All parts, or you stole this out of that, or what do we do? How do we get there?
I took parts out of a 727 torque
light, the drum,
Yeah, and the sprag.
sprag.
And not the drum, we made the drum.
You made the
but
drum.
we used all the planetaries and stuff.
Use the planetary.
And that's what blew up the drum. And then what happened was the sprag was a little weak for what we were trying to do. It was a real narrow sprag like that in that 420, that 727.
They were weak to begin with. If you didn't do a burnout
it flipped
right with it.
over, and then the car
Overspun.
wouldn't go forward, but the engine went up, and the drive went in and turned the drums 27% faster than the engine speed. The engine went to 10,000.
Yeah, so for 27,000.
And
yeah.
somewhere on the way up to 30,000, the drum
Yeah.
come apart.
Apart.
And it made two big pieces with like a big double-bladed cutter, and it just come right out and cut everything. And I had just stepped down on the gas, so it got my
That's
foot right
why you
there.
only got the right foot.
And the clutch, this foot was fine because I'd let the clutch
Let
up,
the
but
clutch-
it did get broken.
I was
5
always wondering
places.
about that. Your left foot got broken in what?
5 places because of the pieces flying around in there.
Holy shit. Because I was always wondering. So that's what you were smashing and pulling away, and that's why we lost these toes here.
Yeah.
Wow.
The pedal, it went right exactly where the piece come out.
And I read that Mickey Thompson tucked your leg up, tucked your
Yeah,
leg up on
there's
the
pictures to prove that. Yeah.
That's really cool.
They didn't want me to see, but I'd already seen it because I saw it when I stopped. You know.
Man, oh man.
Oh my
Incredible.
God.
All right.
Yeah, it was a nasty break.
No doubt.
Anyway, that became the engine